Following yesterday's mishap, KPIX5's Wilson Walker has the latest on this developing story at the multi-million-dollar park called The Wave.
As an observer, you could see was when he came into what we refer to as the run-out area, he seemed to get a little bit of on top of the water, and he ended up sort of sliding across the edge for a bit, and then he was definitely shaken by that experience.
Shaken and a little scratched up, but that boy walked away from his wild ride down the Emerald Plunge, what you might call the dramatic centerpiece in Dublin's new $43 million water park.
Considered what we would call the thrill slides, have the largest drop.
And today those two slides remained closed as state investigators took a closer look at things, specifically the landing area where the boy hit that thrust of water and went shooting back into the air.
The manufacturer of the slides themselves will be on site tomorrow.
And that is what is so puzzling about this, right? The only thing unique about the Emerald Plunge is probably its name. In fact, you can find this exact same piece of equipment in water parks all over the world.
Yeah, this is not a custom slide made for the city of Dublin. This is a slide that's sort of an off-the-shelf slide.
As you might expect, everyone here today knew exactly what happened on day one.
Because someone fell off it.
Which meant a lot of this on day two.
I was a little bit disappointed that we couldn't go on it today, but they have a couple other slides open.
Yeah, a little disappointed.
Stuff happens.
Now, parents, being parents, looked at the bright side of that.
Well, I figured a lot of people might be scared off by it and not come today.
And kids, of course, will be kids. If it were open today, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go for it.
But that will have to wait as Dublin tries to figure out how an off-the-shelf slide sent a child off the rails almost as soon as this park opened.
And until we can, resolve what occurred, these slides will remain closed.
In Dublin, Wilson Walker, KPIX5.
Today, the park closed a third slide called the Riptide Rider so that staff can look at whether it has the correct water pressure. 3 other slides are still open for public use.
The latest on the 10-year-old boy killed at a Kansas water park on what is known as the world's tallest water slide. That slide now closed as we learn new details about the tragedy, and investigators try to determine what went wrong. ABC's Alex Perez is in Kansas City with the very latest. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Lara. Investigators have not said what they believe went wrong here. Witnesses say people were scrambling to try to help the boy, but it was simply too late.
This morning, new startling details on that terrifying accident that killed 10-year-old Caleb Schwab. Police now saying he died of a fatal neck injury at the end of the ride.
It was a very loud, just a boom, boom. I knew immediately that somebody had fallen off the raft.
Eyewitness Steve Castañeda says he saw Schwab, the son of Kansas State Representative Scott Schwab, riding in the front of the raft with 2 adult women in the seats behind him when the boy somehow fell out. Castañeda, a registered nurse, raced over to help. Police say both women sustained minor facial injuries.
One of the guys was still screaming, and so I told him, I said, there's nothing we can do.
ABC News was at the jaw-dropping ride called Verrückt, German for insane, when it opened 2 years ago. You must be at least 4'6" to ride, and 2 to 3 riders on a raft must weigh a combined minimum 400 pounds. The ride plummeting 17 stories in seconds, sending tubers racing down it at nearly 70 miles per hour. But before its big debut, major questions about the ride's safety. Early tests showing sandbag dummies going airborne. Officials adjusting, adding seatbelts and safety nets. Loved ones now remembering the freckled-faced 10-year-old who they say loved baseball and giving hugs.
He's going to be missed for his energy, for his life, for his smile.
And the pastor there saying this has just been unthinkable for the family. The slide will be closed indefinitely, but the park set to reopen tomorrow. George?
Sure. Yes, shoot. Yeah.
Did you see what that kid did?
She jumped on you.
She jumped on me.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go.
Daddy, don't go.
I'm gonna go.
Now we're gonna go.
Okay, go.
Go.
Here I come. Too fast.
You're realizing that you're 40. What? Nothing. Ah, come on. Goes.
Hold on. Hold on to the sides. Remember? Hold on to the sides. Go!
Fire! Oh.
All right, Parker. Yay, good job. All right. Go, Lily, go, go, go. Woo! As your sign said, adventure awaits. Go, 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 go. Whoa.
Go! Here comes someone! Look at! I told you not.
That's me! It's not that bad? Yeah, it's really not. It's not that bad. Alright. It's all meant to be intimidating. Like, it looks way worse than it is. The more you relax, the better it is. Fuck! Fuck! You guys want to count down or you just want to go by surprise? No, countdown! Countdown! 6. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh! It's not fun anymore! It's not fun!